I hope you can answer this, but and I do apologise to all the deafblind people here, but are you able to explain to me what's the difference between tactile sign and deafblind manual is, please?
Okay, the deafblind manual alphabet is just finger spelling onto the hand.
Oh, right, yeah.
And it's a manual alphabet, so pretty much it follows English. And it's absolutely impossible to convey the same information, I think, as I can convey using sign language. But I have seen Paula and members of her family using the deafblind manual alphabet, and they are amazing. They are so fast. Because human beings need to communicate and have the right to communicate. So we will develop any system that we can to communicate in. But most of us prefer Australian Sign Language. Does that make sense? There is another one, Alex, called Print on Palm, or POP, which is where we spell letters into the palm of the hand. And I know a lot of people who travel on trains and things, when something happens, they will ask some stranger on the train to finger spell what's going on to them into the palm of their hand. A lot of deafblind people do that.
Also braille in the hand, Paula said.
And in Japan they actually have interpreters who work with braille keys. They don't do sign language. So people all over the world will develop their communication to suit themselves. What I want to know is, what is the deafblind community in Australia doing to Auslan to make it appropriate for a tactile language? And then we can all work better with it if we understand it better. I think Paola had a question first, Meredith.
I just had a comment because of what Alex asked, what's the difference between tactile and manual, deafblind manual. And when I first started working in the area of deafblindness, I got a bit confused with all the terminology. And one of the reasons I got confused is because they do use different terminology in different parts of Australia. So it's just worth knowing that in Melbourne, that's the terminology that we use, tactile. But in Sydney, when they say tactile, they're actually talking about deafblind manual. They're doing finger spelling. And what they call tactile is what we call tactile, they call hand over hand. So it's just worth you knowing that in Australia and around the world, there's a bit of difference around what they call the different methods. So you might say something and then want to just clarify exactly what you mean when you say that. Because it's all tactile in a way. Anything where you're touching hands involves tactile. So there can still be a bit of confusion about exactly what you mean. It's just worth you being really clear and describing what it is you're talking about.